Hey guys, welcome back to MagicGatheringStrat. This is Bava doing another M14 Swiss draft and checking out some sweet cards here. Lifebane Zombie puts me in black. I'm going to make this bigger like this. I feel like this almost always kicks me out. I can get back in pretty quickly, but I have more problems this way in the beta. But it looks better, so we're going to give it a shot. Anyway, what do we got here? Well, we've got Lifebane, Deadly Recluse, Liturgy of Blood, and a Maulhorn. All of those are completely respectable cards. Deadly Recluse being great for green. I think I'll take the Lifebane Zombie, though, because he's just got such a great enter the battlefield effect in a lot of cases, and he's got 3 damage with evasion, which is pretty awesome. Okay. Just missing a dream, not excited about. You'll have to forgive me, I'm going to single click quickly on a card just so that if I get kicked out I'll still pick it. This is my defense against the dark arts of the online beta. Let's see, we're not Braving the Elements or Brindle Boring. Deathgaze Cockatrice is good here. Lava Axe served me well last time, but it's not a reason by itself to get into red. At this point, I like Spore Mound and I like Sensory Deprivation. Both. But I don't know if either of those are going to get me into a second color when I have a Cockatrice to pick, because I like this guy. So we'll go ahead and stick with that for now. Alright, so we got Grim Return. That's pretty sweet. Neither of those staffs are really going to work for us. We could do Vampire Warlord as well, and he could help us enable some kind of sacrifice effects, right? But I feel like Grim Return's a better card for the moment. We also have Hunt the Weak over there. I've had Grim Return used against me and it worked really well. I'm not sure. There's also a Trained Condor here, and this guy's great. Alright, I think we'll stick with the Grim Return and see how things go. It's either that or the Vampire Warlord, really. But we'll give that a shot. Alright, so there's a Condor. Here's a Baloth. We could go green-black. And we've seen some good green cards that could come back around. There's also the Giant Spider, who's really good. And there's the Trained Condor, who's also really good. Alright, so these are some tough choices. Again, lots of good green cards here. We just passed 1 Trained Condor, so if someone else took that, we're not going to see much else coming around. Can't decide if I'd rather be black-green or black-blue. I feel like I want this Baloth. He seems pretty cool. Good beater, so we'll give that a shot. Alright. Let's see. Accursed Spirit. 3/2 Evasion. Deathgaze Cockatrice. 2/2 Evasion. Mark of the Vampire. Mark of the Vampire can just be crazy. But I don't know if it's pickable over 2 really good creatures. Let's take the Deathgaze Cockatrice here, because of the Death Touch and the flying. Alright, so we have a Child of Night, which is a pretty good pick. I think I'm just going to stick it. Nightwing Shade, we could be in a mono black deck here, and that would be fine. And this guy would be great in that deck. Even double Nightwing Shade would be great in that deck. Silence is pretty fun. Giant Growth is good with green. Let's see, Molten Birth. Look at these red cards coming back. Or the Trollhide. Trollhide's good if we're in green, but this is telling me that red's pretty open going this direction. We're only in one green so far. So maybe we want to take the... Do we want the Shortcutter, or do we want the Molten Birth? Let's take the Molten Birth here. Would this be another black-red deck for us? Do we want the Duress or the Axe? Let's take the Axe in case we want to be very similar to the deck we ran last time, I think. We'll take the Armor, not because I think we're going to play blue, because I don't want anybody else to really have that. I did get my first 3-0 in M14 running a black-red deck. You can check that out on the YouTube channel pretty recently. Let's take the Staff in case we end up somehow in mono black. Smelt's not bad for a sideboard card. It was better in M13 with that Sands of Delirium being a very viable win condition. We've got Millstone, of course, in M14, but it's a much less powerful card than the Sands. But Smelt's still there for things like Trading Post, which can be quite powerful. That 7/7 Trample guy, if he gets online, can be pretty scary. So I'm happy having a Smelt in my sideboard. There's a Fiendslayer Paladin. It looks like a shiny Fiendslayer Paladin, too. We also have Vastwood Hydra. That guy's pretty cool. We'll just see. Yeah. Fiendslayer is still $2. That one looks so cool, though. We also have a Corpse Hauler here for our black deck. We have a Volcanic Geyser here, if we're including red. We have the Vastwood Hydra if we want to go green. Plummet Spore Mound. I do feel like red's open. Fiendslayer Paladin's really cool, but I think we'll take the Geyser here. There's a Clone. Man, he's good. Academy Raider. It's good filtering and Intimidate. Stick something on him that would make him really worthwhile. We're looking at red. Oh. Yep. This is why we do that. And if that ever happens to you in the beta, you can just get right back in to the draft. So yeah, if you're on this screen and you get kicked, you can just go back into details here for the draft that you're in, which will be on top, and it'll take you right back here. So it's annoying, but it shouldn't really derail you too much. Yeah, I think we'll take the Academy Raider over the Shortcutter. That should be fine. Alright, so there's our Vampire Warlord. But there's a Quag Sickness. And I'll take the removal. Every time. So let's grab this Quag Sickness here. There's Lightning Talons. This is going to be a very, very similar deck to what we ran last time, but already different enough to be pretty interesting. Alright, so we got the Marauding Maulhorn there, which I think I prefer to most of this other stuff. We'll grab him. Tenacious Dead. Yeah, I think we're going to take this guy. He's going to turn on. He has the potential to turn on Silly Sacrifice effects. We don't have anything that he works with right now, but that's okay. He's still a pick there. There wasn't anything else really in our colors. We have a Corrupt, and I'm going to take it. Even though it's a 6-drop. Kind of a strange piece of removal. I feel like it's still pretty good with the life swing. Vial of Poisons, we have Festering Newt or Striking Sliver. Festering Newt blocks anything with 2 toughness. Striking Sliver kills anything with 1 toughness and lives. But I think I'd rather have the Newt than the Sliver. Though it is possible I get other slivers. We're in good colors for slivers. Let's take the Sliver here, just because we might get some better synergies going. Cyclops Tyrant I think is pretty awful, so we'll take the Canyon Minotaur. Similar stats, 2 less mana for the Canyon Minotaur. Mana Fixing, but not great. I think I'd rather have the Mind Rot over anything else here. Yeah, I'll take the Dragon Hatchling for the evasion, and because it's a 2-drop. We don't have any really good slivers to make that other sliver worthwhile. At this point, we're pretty solidly in these 2 colors, so I doubt we're going to play either staff. But, so maybe I should have taken the blue staff in case there's a mono blue guy out there. Big guy, little guy. Big guy, little guy. Oh, jeez. Let's take the big guy. Alright. Hello, Chandra. How are you today? Well, that's exciting. Alright, so there's a Chandra, and she's coming in. I wonder how much she's earning right now. 475. What does she do? 1 damage to a player, 1 damage to a creature. That creature can't block. Alright, she's not the most super exciting, but she's pretty fun. Huh. Maybe I'm happy taking the Mark of the Vampire here. I've got some good guys this can go on. If my opponent doesn't have a lot of removal, that can make a pretty big difference. I feel like Mark, again, was more powerful in M13 than it is here. For one, M13 had bigger hexproof guys to put the Mark on. Wow. For 7 mana and needing to have a lot of creatures on the board, I don't know that that's a good card. We've got Undead Minotaur and we've got Pitchburn Devils. I think Pitchburn Devils is our better pick here, even though there's a Blur Sliver, there's a Regathan Firecat. Both are 3-drops. I'd rather have the Firecat. I did not get a Festering Newt. All more's the shame. Only got one guy, the Tenacious Dead, that is really excited about this. I think maybe it's another Firecat. I feel like this is way too dirtily for our deck. And at this point, we really can't depend on getting anything else. There's a Thunderstrike as a nice little combat trick. We've got very little removal, but I'll take the Firecat. A lot of green still going around. Corpse Hauler, totally solid 2-drop. We don't have a lot of 2-drops right now. Dark Prophecy's pretty good. Gives us pretty good trades. The other option is to have another Regathan Firecat, but I feel like that's too many Firecats. We're not in green. We could take this Giant Growth away from someone else. I don't think we want to. We'll take the Prophecy. I don't know if we're going to play it. Alright, so do we take the Goblin Shortcutter? Or do we hate the Howl of the Night Pack away from somebody? Alright, I'd rather take the Shortcutter, I guess. Demolish, Undead Minotaur. Yeah. He's a totally solid 3-drop. Traumatize, Merfolk Spy. We don't have to worry about Island Walk. We don't care about that guy. And we don't care about that very much, so we'll take this. In case someone's trying to put together a mono blue mill deck, but they probably would have taken it if they were really doing that, because that's ridiculous. Alright, so this is really much different than our last black-red deck, and it's pretty mana intensive. I think I might run 18 land in this. With double Nightwing Shade, Corrupt, Minotaur Abomination. Yeah, so we might go for more of a mid-range beatdown kind of deal here. I'm happy with another Undead Minotaur. Ring Flesh, it's okay. Thunderstrike, decent trick in our colors. We'll take the Swamp. If someone wants to play Fog, they can. And another Swamp. Alright. Alright, so we've got quite a bit of playables, quite a bit of stuff to cut here. We'll probably start by cutting some 1-drops, like those. Corpse Hauler, Hatchling, Shortcutter, Thunderstrike, Geyser. 2-drops are pretty good. Mind Rot out, Minotaur, Zombie. I just don't know about Dark Prophecy. Seven. Let's see. I want to see. Yeah. Let's see what Dan has to say about Dark Prophecy. This isn't just in video, is it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. So let's see. We're on Magic. MTGOstrat.com. Dan says, I want to have this in play and reminisce about the Black Summer of '96 when Necropotence ruled the world. I will first pick this card until I'm convinced otherwise. Look for sacrifice outlets and token makers. Realistically a 3rd to 5th pick, but he's still first picking it. Alright, so I guess that means we should include it since we got it, right, Dan? Okay, and we do have the Tenacious Dead and the Molten Birth, and they work happily with the Dark Prophecy, right? We have way too many cards, though. We have 19 creatures. We have our Chandra, we have our Mark, we have our Shades. I don't think Lava Axes want to be in this deck. I don't think they'll get us there. It could be that we don't want Minotaur Abomination either. Alright. Look, it is a curve. It curves just what we want. A little heavy on the 3s. Let's see. Pretty good flyers here. Chandra. Wow. Alright. Sometimes it's hard to tell if things are foil or not. Alright, so Tenacious Dead. Corpse Hauler, return a creature card. She's a solid 2/1. She's a solid 2/1. Dragon Hatchling's a solid 2-drop. Shortcutter. We might take out the Thunderstrike here. I'm not sold on the Academy Raider. I wonder. Let's see what Dan says about Academy Raider. Sideboard card for control versus control some of the time, an 11th to 13th pick. Alright. I've seen lots of people playing this guy. I'm just not convinced. Double Fire Cat might be too many Fire Cats. I'd rather have Minotaurs. They're not quite as fragile. Just curve under control a little bit. Maybe we go like this. We have the Undead Minotaur and we have a Canyon Minotaur. The curve's looking pretty good here. Well, it's 15 creatures plus Chandra, double Nightwing Shade. I do like those guys. Alright. We're not going to be a really aggressive deck. I think I'll take out the Shortcutter. We take out one of the Nightwing Shades. I think this is a pretty good curve for 17 land. We do want to get this Corrupt going at some point, and we want lots of swamps to make that work. We want lots of swamps for the Dark Prophecy to work too. We want lots of mountains for things. So maybe... yeah, we don't have any fixing here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, plus things that want lots of swamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And just the hatchling really wants a lot of mountains. I'm going to keep the shortcutter and take out the hatchling. No. Alright. Maybe we take them both out. It puts us down to 13 creatures. We also have Molten Birth, gives us more creatures. And... that could get us up to 18 land to get our bigger creatures, which could be good. I'm not convinced we want to get rid of those. Oh. Alright. That's a good curve. We have 8 and 9. Alright. Well, seems pretty good. Took out both our Undead Minotaurs. I feel really weird about that. I feel like... But I do feel like that looks pretty good right there. I feel like we have some gas in the back end here and enough removal. I feel like going with this anyway and seeing how it works out. Okay, so that's the draft portion. Looks like round one's getting ready to start. So I'll see you guys in round one in just a minute.